What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Leave It to the Judges MMA show. I'm with the boys, as always, Nick and Xavier. And today, guys, we're talking about 205. Specifically, we're talking about three new faces at 205. Three middleweights have moved up to 205, that being Paulo Costa, Robert Whitaker, and RDR. We're going to talk about them, their chances against ranked opponents at light heavyweight, and then we'll rank them on how successful we think they'll be. So let's start with Paulo Costa. He's, of course, coming off a dub over Asmat, a vicious KO in the third round. How do we see his future at 205 going?
Mm, I think that of the group, I kind of believe in him the most. And I think that largely that is recency bias, like you said. But that win over Asmat really did impress me. Um, I've thought that one of the biggest issues that have plagued his career is that in some of the fights he literally just doesn't show up. Um, his output is just shitty sometimes. And I think that the higher you go up in weight, the more you can get away with having a lower output. And kind of that's how he won against Azmat for the most part. He was just like kicking him constantly. He's just used to having a higher work rate than a lot of these light heavyweights. And I think that like that activity, like an active Costa has always been a great fighter. It's just the fact of like sometimes when he comes in there and he just looks like shit for lack of any other way to put it. Looks like shit in there. Comes in there, out of shape, gasses out kind of, starts doing the little tongue shit like when he gets fucking hit instead of throwing down. Like there's been a lot of we've done it. We've seen them together a lot of the fights you guys like Polo Costa like pissing us off because it's like what are you even doing out there type shit. Like you're getting your ass kicked and like showboating instead of throwing. Um, but I do think that a lot of that probably has to do with some bad weight cuts and shit. He is a big fuck for middleweight, and he's a solid size 205er. Like he doesn't look that undersized to be honest. So I think that I also just think that he has the most like tread on the tires if you get what I mean. Like he hasn't taken as much damage as the other guys, and I feel like he just has the most left in the tank personally, from a youth and like damage perspective. So I think he's gonna do pretty solid. I don't obviously see him beating a Hamzat. Not I mean not a Hamzat. Like the top guys, like Ankalaev. If Poatan ever came down, it's not going Paulo Costa's way. Um, I really don't see him beating a Yuri. Like anyone who's gonna have a lot of output against him, I don't see him, having that much success against that. Unless he it makes him up his output, I guess, and he can kind of like outpace him like he did Asmat. But so I don't see any titles in his future to be honest. But I do think that he can like become a consistent light heavyweight mainstay, gatekeeper type, where he's he's ranked 7. I think he could probably beat Jamal Hill, like not Prime Hill, but the Jamal Hill we've seen recently. He'd have a chance at least. Maybe he can catch a old Yan some kind of way. So he can kind of hover in that top 5 range and kind of gatekeep for a couple years, which is still impressive.
I definitely agree. I think based on the options we have here, just youth, size, like the viciousness we know he can be in his fights. I just think Paulo Costa is the best option out of the three right now. I will say though, I would have liked if Costa maybe won a little lower down and he made his way up. Because I feel like now that he's won this fight, he's going to be immediately in the deep end. So I don't know about the future. We'll see. Asmat's a tough dude to beat, and he definitely, I wouldn't say styled on him, but comfortably won that fight. And that is impressive. So I mean, Jamal Hill at this point, like, let me see if this man can beat somebody out there.
He
Let it,
needs a dub.
yeah, like bad. He needs to fight somebody first, and then
Kill Dom Reyes.
yeah, I
I
mean
like that fight.
that'd be a good matchup for sure. But I think they're gonna push him based on how like stale. Like even though I think like the top five, all of them probably beat him. It's so stale right now, and I think all he would need to do feed Blahovic to him because I
That's
think that's a
the path.
winnable fight.
That's the path right there. I was thinking the same thing. That is the path.
Yeah, the only thing I'd be worried about that matchup specifically would be the wrestling, but and Jan, being old might be on that kind of game plan, but
He's about to fight, I think, too.
is he?
He's got the rematch with Guskov.
Oh yeah, Guskov play actually. Ooh,
He could like the winner of that fight.
yeah, we lost that path low key. It's gonna be Goose. I don't know if he could beat Guskov.
I wouldn't favor him.
I wouldn't.
That'd be a sick fight.
That would be a. I actually, yeah, give him the winner of that fight. That would be nice. But Costa, like, out of the three, by far the most explosive right now. The most. I mean, RDR might be hungry. I just don't know where. I think with RDR, it's more of a mindset thing. Because y'all know how I already feel about Whitaker when we get to him. But I think RDR, like, still is so new to the UFC. He should be hungry for the belt, and this is like his actual weight class. Like I think RDR is sleeper here. So, but out of those three, Kosa is definitely like the most in his prime currently.
I
So,
agree.
but he's got to fight better. I think all three are shaky, by the way. Before we get to the rest,
Right,
but
right, right. I was gonna
Yeah.
say like a little. I was like a little spoiler alert. I don't think anyone's doing particularly great up here. By
Well,
the way,
no, yeah. I think like if you get that Costa that fought Asmat every time, like he has a chance against guys in the top five. But like you guys both just mentioned, I think he needs to prove that he can be consistent. But out of 10 guys, what is Paulo Costa's chance at winning the belt at 205?
out of 10,
Out of
three,
10. Just
three,
throw it out there. Okay.
three, three out of 10.
What'd you say, Clark?
I like that. Yeah, I'd say three, just because of how dry it is.
Yeah.
Like,
Mhm.
He's one win away from a title shot, Loki.
yeah, three is almost like generous or like disrespect. Like it's on the line. I feel like three is a good line right now.
Right. The thing is this, right? The light heavyweight division, like, there's really no one like. I'm not gonna say it's ever fine for a champ. Like, it's never good that a champion is like on the shelf for as long as Oberg's gonna have to be on the shelf for. But I will say the one benefit that the UFC does have is time here because it's not like there's some contender exactly banging on the door for a title shot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they actually have time to be like, we're gonna have a little, basically like a little mini tourney of like this fight, and then put these two people together for an interim title fight, and then have that winner fight Oberg when he returns. Like they have some time to like
Yeah.
take the division out because like Ankalaev coming off a loss, Pereira gone, Yuri just got started. Like both like not just coming off a loss, like coming off like a devastating loss. Ankalaev coming off a devastating loss. Yuri coming off a devastating loss.
Devastating loss. Yeah.
Roundtree. You know what I mean? Coming off a shitty performance, Jan. Like you know what I mean?
It's tough out here.
Coming off a ass whooping, that pretty devastating loss, like Hill against Roundtree. Like he got his ass whooped in that fucking fight. Like he didn't get finished, but he got his ass
He
whooped.
got 5-0. He got swept.
It,
Yeah.
it wasn't close. So you can't give him a title shot. So it's like, and now we're to Costa, who's at least coming off of a impressive win and a finish. So it's like, think about it. Like he's really like I would say right now today. Unfortunately, as crazy as it is, the most deserving of a title shot. Like
You have an
you,
argument for sure.
you couldn't give it to any. Like he has one of the best arguments. He actually beat like a guy that we were damn near. Like if Asmat would have finished him in devastating fashion, we would have been like, "Oh, Asmat damn near deserved the title shot. Give
Yeah,
it
we
to."
got a title shot.
We would have said that no doubt because of like the state that the top five is in. So it's like, why doesn't he have a case? You know, why doesn't he have a case? And at bare minimum, why isn't he one win away? You know,
Yeah, for sure. You know, this makes me think we always talk about how heavyweight is just like dog shit in the worst division. Light heavyweight's worse because at least at the top of heavyweight you have Pereira, Gane, Aspinall, Jones. Hypothetically, like you have dope names. The top of light heavyweight you got Carlos Olberg, respectfully. But okay, 3 out of 10. We'll say 3 out of 10 for Paulo Costa to win the belt at 205. Let's move on to RDR, guys. He is 4-2 in the UFC, coming off of two L's to Allen and Ohio, but like you mentioned, Clark, 205 seems to be his natural division. How do we see RDR doing at 205?
not. I mean, not great, man. Not great, if I'm honest. Um, Only thing is like he's not very explosive. And he doesn't have that much pop on his strikes. He kind of his game is predicated a lot on like physically overwhelming you and then kind of like drowning you in like the clinch, working you to the ground, and then he can like, use his best attribute, which is his ground game. Um, and I just think that like what we've seen in his last fight against Whitaker is at least like he can. Why did he win that fight? He was probably like, outskilled on the feet. Whitaker definitely put him down like once or twice and almost finished him with, like on the feet. But ultimately, like he kind of seismogged him and kind of like in the clinch, wore him down, hit him with the knees. You know what I mean? Like it's a very like grind heavy game that RDR employs, and it kind of needs him to have some type of physical advantages over his opponent. And like even pre UFC, we were just talking about before we started the pod, like who did his two losses come to? That heavyweight guy who he couldn't really impose his will on. Like when watching those fights, it's like, oh man, he's clearly talented, but like this guy just bigger and he hits harder, and he's kind of whooping RDR's ass. And RDR getting up, he has grit, he has a bit of a chin, he has some durability. But it's like when he can't impose his will on his opponents, he tends to struggle. And I just see with these bigger guys, I don't see him just being able to like clinch his way to these wins, really. Like I think it goes really bad for him up here. Like the best fighter, let's see what the best fighter I think he could beat.
Like, I could totally see Roundtree just like lighting him up. I could imagine that.
I can see Jamal Hill fucking him up, to be honest. I can see Jamal Hill knocking him the fuck out quickly. Cause the thing is, like, he doesn't have a game that's like he can stay on the outside and strike. Really, he kind of has to like slow wade his way into the clinch and kind of like make things kind of dirty. And I
I'm
can,
so yeah.
and it's like also he does not have like the best chin. Like he gets clipped a lot, really. Like he has a good comeback chin and like a good like not get knocked out chin, but like he gets clipped a lot and ends up on his back a lot, like because of punches. And for as shit as Jamal Hill has looked in recent fights post Achilles injury, the one thing you can't say is that he can't fucking crack in there. Like he does have fucking knockout power up the ass, and like I just don't like that matchup for him. I don't think he can just like size mug Jamal Hill's chubby, skinny, fat ass against the fucking cage. You know? Like I mean, like does he have the fucking power to put out a Reyes? Like maybe, but would you favor? Like I don't know, bro. I can see it going really bad for him, to be honest. Really bad. I honestly think like controversial take because I know like Whitaker. Like I know Clark thinks that Whitaker the most watched, but controversial take maybe potentially. I think he does the worst out of the bigs, to be honest. I think all of the other guys have more success than him up here.
I mean, look, I'll say this. I think once it's the same thing with Costa for me. I think once he reaches, if he gets to the top five, he will struggle there. I agree with that. But I mean, this man was fighting 205 for like a whole decade, and he was hooping on everybody, like doing the same thing. Like, he's just kind of a master at this game plan to me. And I think, like, what we forget here at light heavyweight, how many of them can wrestle, how many of them has a good guard, damn near none. Ungalaya might be the best, and he barely wrestles. And so, like, I think those are advantages for him because 205 is his natural weight class. He's not going to gas out, I think, like he was doing at 185 a little bit.
Mm.
I don't even know if he fought 185 like in the past. Like, this might have been the first time he was dropping down, or like maybe right before, but I don't know. It is his weight class. I think I see what you're saying about the striking. I do think it could be bad for him up
And
here.
the physicality difference. Like I can't even controversial take, bro. Hot take alert, hot take alert. I would gun to my head. I think I would take Johnny Walker to fucking beat him.
Oh
Like
no.
gun to my head, to my
Oh,
head. Because I'm just thinking about the matchup itself. Like I just don't see him just like clinching his way in and just holding Johnny Walker for fucking 3 rounds and taking him like I can see like in those moments like Johnny Walker gonna light his ass up, I think, like and hurt him and like maybe he gets him down, like gets to the clinch, whatever, but I think he's gonna like on the damage side of things. I just don't see him doing enough damage to win these decisions. So it's gonna be like, do you get your opponent to the ground and sub them basically, or does he lose to me? And I just see him losing more than getting them down and subbing them type shit.
yeah, I mean, he's 6'4". Like, I don't know. I think he can impose will on a lot of these guys who, like you said, are not the most confident right now at the time being. So, and I wouldn't say he is really either. But he's like a new guy to the UFC. So for him, I feel like losing right now is fine for him. Like,
He also old as fuck though.
yeah, he's like, how old is he, man? Let me look. But I don't think he's that. He's 36. If he's 36 and below, he's fine. Like, that's enough time. I mean, Glover won this belt over Jan Blachowicz somehow at 42 years of age, and then got lit up by Jamal Hill. And Jamal Hill's never looked good since that day. It's a
Torn
weird timeline.
Achilles, man. Torn Achilles, man. Come on now.
And
Yeah,
I don't
I'm
know.
pretty torn on this one.
How do you think he does, Ed? How do you think he does?
It's all about matchups. Like Xavier's saying, it's hard to see how his game transitions. I will say he will definitely benefit from not weight cutting. He's a big fuck, and that clearly had an effect on him and his crazy schedule. So it's just a matchup thing, man. I don't know. I'd like to. I'm gonna be rooting for him, but I definitely think Paulo Costa is gonna do better. I'll say that.
I agree with that, but I will say Kosa 5'11". Like, we're forgetting he's kind of small for the division, where at least RDR is like 6'4". Like,
I just think he can outwork these fuckers. Like he can just outwork them type shit. Like, okay, Ed, thought experiment though. Let's just go down the light heavyweight ranks until you see a fighter that you would favor RDR in.
Hey, bro. Let's see. Light heavyweight.
he beats Reyes, bro. He beats Reyes
At
after we.
Reyes. It'd be at Reyes. It'd be at 9. Yeah.
And are you sure about that even? Like
I'm pretty sure about Reyes, but like Uzdemir, I could see slumping him. Like,
Uzumir old as fuck, Ed.
no,
He
but I would say around 9. But like
what
everyone
about
above,
Rackage? What about Rackage?
That's a great fight. That'd be a good intro fight for him.
Probably a good start to the division, but I just don't think it goes his way. I think he gets the shit kicked out of his legs and damn near finished. I don't know.
He's 35. He's 35, by the
He
way.
he for sure beats Alonzo Menifield, but
His
beyond
time.
that, beyond Alonzo Menifield, I don't know who else. Like he can beat some of these guys. I'm not saying he couldn't beat them. I just don't know who I would favor him completely with confidence. Like you know what I mean?
Like he's got to not get tagged and be like super crafty. He can out crafty these guys, but
But my thing is
um,
like he's not even the most like untaggable. Like he doesn't have a movement y style. It's kind of like very plotty, like walk you down, jab, jab, try to clinch you up against the cage and like, go from there type shit. I don't know. I just think he is I just think he's too hittable and he's not movement based. Like so he has to be his best self, he has to be walking you down. And I just don't see him just walking these guys down and without them beating his ass first. But like, I mean, he can prove me wrong, and like, honestly, I'm here for the vibes just because like the division definitely needs like new blood. So if he comes out, looks revitalized, is clinching and kneeing his way to victories, like I'm happy for him. Like, I don't not like the guy. I just think that like I don't see how it goes, man. I don't see how it goes his way against a lot of these guys.
I would low key give his. If we're giving Paulo Costa a three, I would give him a two. It is also unfair because Costa already has a super impressive win at 205, but
Right.
that's not his fault. What would you say, Clark? Because I think you're the highest on RDR of the three of
I would
us.
give him a one.
Oh, okay.
Like I'm saying, Costa was a generous three, by the way. Like very generous. Like RDR, it's I don't see RDR winning at the top, is what I'm saying. But like,
Guys, let's move on to our final 185. We're moving up. Robert the Reaper Whitaker, former champ at 185. Definitely going to be the smallest out there. He used to fight at 170. He's going to be the smallest, but he's also going to be the fastest. But I think my biggest question with him is can he take the damage at 205? Because, yeah, the chin, he was wearing it at 185. And as fights went on, he just got knocked down more, took more damage. And 205 they hit a lot harder. How do you think the Reaper does this late in his career at 205?
I mean, I think you hit the nail on the head, man. I would say like 99% of my concerns for him at 205 is just about his chin, to be honest. Um, Even more so than Paulo Costa, I think that in any fight where he doesn't get chinned or just completely blanketed because of his lack of size, and a good thing for him is that most of these guys don't fight like that. Like most of these guys don't employ a grappling slash clinch heavy style. Like this is a division full of strikers for the most part. Um, so that bodes well for him, kind of, in terms of like the size won't be as much of a factor in terms of just the grappling. But at the end of the day, can he eat a punch? Like that is what I don't know. I could see a world where he wins most of the fights that go to decision and but also like gets finished more often than he doesn't, if that makes sense. Like if you told me a fight didn't go to the distance, I'd assume he lost. If you told me that it did, I might assume that he won. That's kind of where I'm at with him. So I think he's gonna have a very 50-50 like tenure here, depending on like matchups. I do think he can beat a lot of the lower ranked guys as long as he can avoid that bomb, like I said. And I do think that hopefully he gets some type of durability boost just by not cutting any weight, being healthy in there. But yeah, so I tentatively think that he could potentially have a better run than RDR, to be honest. But I also do think that like anytime his chin gets clipped for real, he might be going to sleep. So
well, any time you just grind on him for 5 rounds, he might lose. Like RDR just beat this man.
I'm saying, but they don't fight like that. Is my point. They don't like most of these guys don't use that game plan.
Yeah, I mean, I guess, but like, see, a Whitaker I saw back in the day would never lose to that sort of strat ever. The real thing here is he's just old. It is what it is. And I was ready to get to this part because I see no path whatsoever here. Like, was his last fight RDR? Is that his last fight? Or who do you
Yeah,
fight?
those are.
Okay.
Was he not on RDR's ass?
He did knock him down.
Was he not on his ass? He damn
Yeah,
near finished.
RDR is not a good striker, but like that don't mean like RDR kind of beat him just playing a very simple game plan of like let me pin him against the fence. And because he's bigger, I think size is just a problem here.
him.
I think age is he's just been through it, and that's a problem here. I see a lot of problems coming up for Whitaker right now. Like he's in the same realm as what we think of Izzy right now. Like maybe Whitaker can beat some of the like lower 15 guys, but like outside of that, it's like
Yeah, I agree.
I don't see how it goes well from there. Especially I'm basing it off the RDR fight. I feel like it was such a weird fight because I don't think RDR really like did a whole lot. But at the same time, he won the fight because I mean, Whitaker had like two good rounds in that fight. The I want to say the first round is when he knocked him down. It may or it might have been later. I don't remember, but I just don't. I don't know. I don't think Whitaker has it anymore. I'm not seeing it like I used to. Like you could just see such a drop off. Like one of the better middleweights ever, and you could just see such a drop off right now that I don't see him beating like
Literally, for me, he's like three behind Anderson, to be honest. I would say. Like the run he was having, like I have Izzy one.
ahead of Duplessis.
Fine, bro.
Let's be honest here, bro. We
I'd
saw
probably have DDP. He also like
Yeah.
steamrolled Whitaker.
I was gonna say fine, like I will give DDP that nod, I guess, but
actual good Whitaker, not who RDR just fucking fought.
Whitaker is the one I'm most curious to see, just because like he fought at one. He's gonna be so tiny in there. Like I am curious to see how it's gonna look.
but
He's
I think like if he's having his way, he can look really good. I think he can look really good. Like Clark, I think you said like the Izzy shit. That's like exactly how I feel. Where it's like Izzy looks like good in there until he gets hit. You know, it's like I think that he's gonna look good in there with the boxing, the speed, early on in fights. And I think there's gonna be a lot of fights where he loses even though he was winning, you know? Like he might have been up on round up around up 2 rounds and then just, you know,
God.
get caught like and I really hope that that doesn't happen to him. I'm hoping that he has like a resurgence. I'm hoping honestly all I want success for all these guys just cuz like the division could really use like some fresh blood. It's just like they all have like their own limitations and for as shit as the division is on the bottom end, the top is still pretty stacked. Like a lot of these guys are coming off losses, so it's like they don't deserve a title shot right now. But in terms of talent, like the top six is still fucking fire. Like so, I just don't think that he does too great against them, just because like they can all smack up there, and they
Yeah.
will hit that chin at least once.
I know he just got hurt, but I don't think any of them have a chance against the champion right now. I think he would knock all three of them out probably if he was healthy. I don't like with the injury. It's fucked.
I'd agree. I'd agree. I'd agree.
So what are we giving Rob Whitaker out of 10?
I'm gonna give him, fuck man.
Might be, yeah, it might be a one or a zero for being real.
It might be a one. It might be a one. Cause I'm thinking like, right? Could he maybe? be a Jamal Hill right now. I don't know. Maybe. Like, cause I think that on technique, right, from what I've recently seen, I don't know like post Achilles, like what's to Jamal Hill. I could see a world. I wouldn't favor him because I do think that if Jamal Hill catches him clean, he's going to sleep. But I could see a world where he could outwork Hill and then maybe beat a old ass Yan and get a title shot. You know what I mean? I could see that path. I could see that path. But I wouldn't favor it. But because there is a small path, I'm gonna give him a one at least, not a zero. I'm not gonna give disrespect him by giving him a zero, but it is not a good chance because he that chin will be touched. Honestly,
Seems like all three guys just have are gonna have a pretty tough time. Paulo's right there though, to be fair.
Polo is gonna be in the most interesting. Like, I think he's gonna lose fights, but not like get washed over on size reasons or like you know what I
Yeah,
mean.
yeah, get finished. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I think he's gonna be in some wars. Like he's gonna have a good run, win or lose. Like I think that the other guys could do bad, like getting like finished quickly or like just really like not looking competitive in some of these fights. Like I really think if you put RDR up against like Khalil Roundtree, he gets chopped to bits. Like just put in the blender on the feed. Like you know what I mean? Like I just see real issues for him.
Okay, so we're gonna put Paulo Costa at one. Who do you guys have two? I
I'm gonna go RDR. I'll go RDR, even though like I do have my doubts, and I did say that like I think he does the worst. But I'm gonna say because he is just a natural big man, the chances that like he's gonna just be getting chinned out there are less than Whitaker's. And I also think that because he is gonna try to like grapple a bunch, at least a lot of these guys don't use that strat. Whereas like Whitaker is just gonna basically try to strike with them, and that does open up the chance. It leaves more opportunities for his chin to get caught. You know.
Yeah, RDR too. I think biggest issue with Whitaker for me, from what I've seen recently, the output just looks way down compared to what I used to see.
I think it might just be a gun shy thing. You know, like he's just not as confident in his chin and shit.
Yeah, but that's like he's got to do the Costa thing, right? Like that's kind
Yeah.
of his only way of winning up there.
Yeah.
And I could see a world RDR just, slimes his way into a few like pin down victories here.
I
I
I honestly would be here for it just because like as much as I doubt the man, it would prove to these big fucks like you have to work on your damn grappling, which I'm always a proponent of. I don't like these fuckers coasting to these striking championships, bro. This is not fucking what's that shit called? Muay Thai, bro. What's the Muay Thai league? Fucking yeah, this is not Muay Thai, bro. Like this is not kickboxing. Like someone will. That's why I'm really can't wait for Hamzat to get up there and really have his way humping on these guys and subbing them up because it will show like even if you're smaller, grappling is superior. Like
yeah, Hamza, the door is wide open for him right now. Like if he beats Strickland, he could go back up. I mean, go up instantly and get that belt.
it's so wide open. Like it's actually massively open currently.
The division is also open for like a prospect that we really don't know about to fucking make an impact here. Like someone young needs to step up here.
Josh fucking Hogan needs to fucking
Come down.
put the Twinkies down and fucking come get this belt, and then he could be on some double champ shit. Honestly, like I don't know if you guys have seen the videos of him wrestling Bo Nickel in fucking college, but a couple short years ago, this man was like way smaller, and then he just got fat as fuck.
You could definitely do it.
Like I'm not saying he's fat as fuck in like a derogatory way. Like, he is like fit, a fit chubby-ish dude, you know, like whatever on some Cain Velasquez, not all sexy built, you know what I mean? Not chiseled, but like good cardio, you know what I mean? Like I'm not like shitting on his fight physique or anything like that. I'm just saying objectively, if he wanted to make 205, he could pretty easily, and his skill set would allow for him to like quickly get that title, I think.
I'd also like to see Almeida move down. I think he could really benefit from moving down.
Who Almeida?
Neither
Jalton.
But he's
one,
gone.
man.
Oh my God, yeah, I forgot. Oh my God.
But they were like, screw this,
Damn.
man, and just cut him off rip.
I
They
completely blanked my mind.
didn't even. That's what I was saying before, though, Ed. I was like, I didn't love the move to heavyweight because I felt like he was just a little too small. But he be wrestling these fucks like to death. He might.
Would he be striking them? Goddamn! Would he throw a couple fucking rabbit punches and get a win? What
Might
the
be the
fuck?
champion then. But
He would for certain still be in the UFC. Like literally, like what the fuck?
we should make a video of like people we think should move up or down or could succeed moving up or down.
Hell yeah, I'm put with that. That's a good idea.
But yeah, I think we're all in agreement. I would also have RDR two, Whitaker three. But
Good luck to these boys, like all of them. Like just because like I'm shitting on your chances, go out there and prove me wrong. You know what I mean? Like. You guys are the ones getting in the cage, feel me? We just fucking talk about this shit. So, like, go in there and prove us wrong. The one thing about all this shit is a fight is always a fight, and everyone always has a chance. So, they have a chance to go out there and fucking prove us the fuck wrong. I've been wrong before, but I've been right more than I've been wrong, and I feel like I'm right here too.
Oh, nothing would make me happier for Whitaker to prove me wrong. Like I hate to shit on him. I just think he's old. He might fail here, but look, I will root for him. I'm not gonna hate on him really. I just think he's a little old.
and you got to respect the career pivots when things aren't working. You got to switch it up. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Let us know your rankings in the comments. Please go check out the TikTok. We always have stuff on there, and we'll see you guys in the next one.
Peace.
Peace.